USS Nimitz, designated CVN-68, is more than just an aircraft carrier. It is a floating symbol of American naval power, technological ambition, and decades of global presence on the world's oceans. When this massive warship cuts through the sea, it represents not only steel and machinery, but also strategy, deterrence, and the lives of thousands of sailors who operate it every single day. Commissioned in 1975, USS Nimitz was the first ship of its class and marked a revolutionary shift in naval warfare. Unlike earlier carriers that relied on conventional fuel, Nimitz was powered by 2 nuclear reactors. This single decision changed everything. Nuclear propulsion allowed the carrier to operate for over 20 years without refueling, giving it virtually unlimited range. It could stay at sea for months at a time, limited only by food supplies and crew endurance, making it one of the most strategically flexible weapons platforms ever built. At over 1,092 feet long, USS Nimitz is longer than 3 football fields combined. It displaces more than 100,000 tons when fully loaded, making it one of the largest warships ever constructed. The flight deck alone covers about 4.5 acres, resembling a floating airbase rather than a ship. From this deck, some of the world's most advanced combat aircraft launch and recover, day and night, in all weather conditions. The carrier typically embarks an air wing of around 60 to 70 aircraft. These include F/A-18 Super Hornet fighter jets, EA-18G Growlers for electronic warfare, E-2 Hawkeye early warning aircraft, C-2 Greyhounds for logistics, and various helicopters for search, rescue, and anti-submarine operations. Together, these aircraft give USS Nimitz the ability to project power hundreds of miles beyond the horizon, striking targets on land, controlling airspace, and defending naval task forces. Launching aircraft from the deck of USS Nimitz is a dramatic and highly coordinated operation. Steam-powered catapults accelerate jets from 0 to over 150 miles per hour in just a few seconds. Arresting wires bring landing aircraft to a complete stop in less than 300 feet. Every launch and recovery involves dozens of crew members, each wearing color-coded uniforms that identify their specific roles. On the flight deck, precision and discipline are not optional, they are a matter of life and death. Below the flight deck lies a floating city. USS Nimitz carries a crew of over 5,000 personnel, including sailors, officers, and air wing members. Inside the ship are sleeping quarters, cafeterias, medical facilities, dental clinics, gyms, chapels, workshops, and even a small convenience store. The carrier produces its own fresh water through desalination, generates electricity for an entire city, and can support sustained operations anywhere in the world. The heart of USS Nimitz is its nuclear propulsion system. The 2 reactors generate heat to produce steam, which drives the ship's turbines and propellers. This allows the carrier to reach speeds of over 30 knots, or about 56 kilometers per hour. More importantly, nuclear power gives Nimitz unmatched endurance. It can sail continuously for decades without refueling the reactors, a capability that dramatically reduces logistical vulnerabilities. Defensively, USS Nimitz is heavily protected. While the carrier itself relies on its escort ships for layered defense, it is equipped with its own close-in weapon systems. These include phalanx CIWS guns designed to shoot down incoming missiles, as well as missile systems for air defense. Surrounding the carrier is a strike group composed of guided missile cruisers, destroyers, submarines, and supply ships. Together, they form one of the most powerful naval formations ever assembled. Throughout its service life, USS Nimitz has participated in numerous major operations and deployments. During the Cold War, it served as a key deterrent against rival superpowers. In later years, it supported combat operations in the Middle East, including missions related to Iraq and Afghanistan. The carrier has also been deployed in the Asia-Pacific region, demonstrating U.S. commitment to allies and maintaining freedom of navigation in contested waters. Beyond combat, USS Nimitz has played important roles in humanitarian and diplomatic missions. Its presence alone can stabilize tense situations, while its helicopters and medical facilities can provide disaster relief after natural catastrophes. Aircraft carriers like Nimitz are often the first assets to arrive in crisis zones because they bring air power, logistics, and command capabilities without needing host nation bases. Modernization has been a constant process for USS Nimitz. Over the decades, it has undergone multiple refueling and complex overhaul periods, during which its reactors were refueled and its systems upgraded. Radar, communications, weapons, and electronic warfare systems have all been improved to keep the ship relevant in an era of advanced missiles, cyber warfare, and evolving threats. These upgrades ensure that even as newer carriers enter service, Nimitz remains a formidable force. Life aboard USS Nimitz is demanding. Sailors work long hours in tight spaces, often far from home for months at a time. Yet, the carrier also fosters a strong sense of identity and pride. Serving on one of the world's most famous warships is considered an honor. Traditions, ceremonies, and shared experiences create bonds that last long after sailors leave the ship. The legacy of USS Nimitz extends beyond its steel hull. It gave its name to an entire class of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, shaping U.S. naval doctrine for generations. The Nimitz-class carriers became the backbone of American sea power, influencing how navies around the world think about aircraft carrier design, power projection, and naval strategy. As newer carriers like the Gerald R. Ford-class enter service, USS Nimitz stands as a bridge between eras. It represents the Cold War origins of nuclear carrier dominance and its adaptation to modern, high-tech warfare. Even after decades of service, it continues to sail, launch aircraft, and defend national interests across the globe. In the end, USS Nimitz is not just a warship, it is a moving piece of history. It embodies the evolution of naval warfare, the complexity of modern military operations, and the human effort behind every mission. When it appears on the horizon, it sends a clear message of capability, readiness, and resolve, a message that has echoed across the world's oceans for nearly half a century.